You've probably heard by now, the video game to play right now is Fortnite. Fortnite has launched itself into the forefront of pop culture and gained millions of players from all over the world. Just in the past year, the game has made substantial strides in the competitive scene of esports, and the winnings have started to pile up. So, we wanted to share with you the top 15 best Fortnite esports teams. 100 Thieves is one of the smaller esports teams to make the list. Interestingly enough, 100 Thieves is owned by the NBA team, the Cleveland Cavaliers. They are most known for their success on the pro scene of League of Legends in North America, and the household League of Legends streamers on their starter team such as Afromoo. Over 50% of the team's winnings come from League, but the winnings they've accumulated from Fortnite make up a solid 47%, with just over $47,000 in prize money out of their total 100K. The most notable Fortnite player on 100 Thieves roster is Parallax, who has earned $32,400 himself. Another notable Fortnite player for the team is Sir Demetrius, who has contributed just under $7,000 for the team. Complexity Gaming has earned the reputation for being one of the most relevant Call of Duty esports teams in the world, as well as establishing themselves as a juggernaut in Dota 2. These two games make up over half of the team's total income, accumulating $1.5 million from these two games alone. As far as Fortnite is concerned, Complexity has managed to acquire $50,000 from tournaments, all thanks to one player, Michael Hogman. That's right, Hogman won the $50K in 3 crucial tournaments to make up for 100% of Complexity's earnings for Fortnite. A whopping $40,000 of this $50 came from Hogman's 4th place finish in the Fortnite Summer Skirmish. Someone give that man a raise. Team Solomid, or more commonly referred to as TSM, is known for establishing themselves as the best League of Legends team in North America. Led by the superstar mid laner Bjergsen, TSM has earned over $1.3 million from League of Legends alone. In Fortnite, the team has gathered a formidable $75,400 in earnings. Their Fortnite roster is composed of familiar names such as Myth, Daquan, Camille's, Hamlin's, and Aimbot Calvin. Daquan leads TSM's Fortnite earnings with about $35,000 in tournament prize money. Aside from this tournament funding, TSM's roster in particular has found a lot of individual success through streaming. Supremacy is a primarily French team that just barely topped TSM with over $76,000 in Fortnite winnings. The team has had a similar amount of success in Call of Duty and minor success in other shooters such as Halo. Supremacy is one of the smallest esports teams to make this list, thanks to Fortnite player Vato, who racked in just over $61,000 for Supremacy with his success in the Fortnite Summer Skirmish. Team Secret is best known for their team's play in Dota 2. Secret has managed to earn just under $7 million from Dota alone. Their second highest earnings in a game is $77,000 from Fortnite, so clearly their focus should be continuing to invest in Dota. But in the meantime, Dementos, the Latvian Fortnite player, has gathered $72,000 himself for his tournament success. Dementos was a winner of a Summer Skirmish tournament that we keep hearing so much about. Luminosity Gaming is an esports team that has earned millions from shooters. Over $1.3 million of their winnings has come from their superiority in the PC shooter Counter-Strike. Luminosity was one of the more relevant teams from the Battle Royale era before Fortnite. The popular streamer Ninja led Luminosity to winnings in H1Z1 and PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds before he quit the pro scene to stream full-time. They've also acquired over $80,000 from Fortnite, mainly from their Hong Kong superstar Creo, who himself has earned the team over $75,000 in winnings, all from the Summer Skirmish. Fnatic is perhaps the biggest esports name on this list so far. Fnatic has earned 7 figures in 3 separate games: Counter-Strike, Dota, and League of Legends. They're also the first team on the list to make 6 figures in Fortnite. At just over 100K, Fnatic has made a name for themselves in Fortnite to go along with every other competitive game of consequence. Power led the Fortnite roster with $34,000 himself, and the rest of the winnings are spread evenly between the players, such as Etnix, Jarl, and Eric Triceps. Gentside Esports Club is another French team that has made a name for themselves with high-quality competitive play in Fortnite. Gentside is actually one of 2 teams who made the list that does not play another game besides Fortnite. The team has had no winnings in any game other than popular Battle Royale games. Victor Lopez, or the Vic, leads the team with $98,000 in winnings, trumping most teams' total revenues all by himself. The Vic's earnings were thanks to his consistent success in the Summer Skirmish, where he placed 4th and 2nd in separate weeks. Virtus has earned a smooth $11 million from the many games they've competed in, mainly Dota 2, which racked in over $7 million for the esports team and about 66% of the team's total revenue. Their Fortnite earnings add up to $113,000. The Russian team's success in Fortnite comes from just two players, 7SSK7 and Gentside, who have each collected over $50K in tournament winnings from the Summer Skirmish. This dynamic duo has made up less than 1% of this massive esports team's total earnings. Millenium is a relatively small team to be this high on the list, although we are getting quite high on the list. The esports team has made a total of $1.69 million across all of the gaming designations they compete in. Their most profitable game they compete in is StarCraft 2, which makes up for just under 40% of the team's earnings at $670,000. From Fortnite, the team has won about $160,000. The German Tixi leads the team with over $120,000 in winnings from the Summer Skirmishes, where he placed third twice and sixth in his best finishes. The first team in the top 5 is NRG, a global esports team with popular investors such as Marshawn Lynch, Jennifer Lopez, Shaquille O'Neal, and Alex Rodriguez. The team's success from Smite and Counter-Strike has earned them over $1 million in winnings. NRG has players from all over the world, including Sweden, Germany, Serbia, and Portugal, as well as many other countries. From Fortnite, the team is led by the Canadian player Zade, who has earned $124,000 of the team's $160,000 of earnings from Fortnite. Zade placed 8th, 4th, 3rd 2 times, and 1st in multiple Summer Skirmish tournaments, helping him rack in tons of cash for his team. By himself, Zade has contributed around 7% of the team's total revenue, which is impressive considering how global NRG has become over their years of competitive gaming. Solary is the other team on this list that has only had success in Fortnite, and not in any other competitive esports game. From the top-tier gaming from their top players, Kinstar, JBZZ, and Airwalks, and others, the team has acquired $187,000 from Fortnite alone. Solary is an incredibly small team to be so successful. Surrounded by teams with millions to their name, it's a notable achievement for the team to rack up 2 Summer Skirmish wins, as well as a number of other high placements over the past year. The top 3 on this list have really set themselves apart from their competition. Ghost Gaming at the 3 spot has over $300,000 more in earnings than Solary at the 4 spot. Ghost Gaming began as a Gears of War team, but has since shifted their focus to PUBG and Fortnite, and has had substantial success in both games. The team has accumulated about $500,000 in earnings from Fortnite. Timothy Miller leads the team with $266,000 from tournament play. That's more than the total earnings of each of the 12 teams below Ghost Gaming on this list. Dylan Moore, or DMO, has also contributed to the team's massive success by earning over $90,000 for the esports team. If you have any interest in video games, you've undoubtedly heard of Faze Clan. The team was created by Thomas Oliveira, or Faze Temper. Faze began with competitive Call of Duty play and made a name for themselves with the high-quality Modern Warfare 2 gaming. The bulk of their success began with YouTube production, and this content would catapult them into the forefront of many other games, Fortnite included. With over $4 million earned, most of their success comes from Call of Duty and Counter-Strike. As far as Fortnite, the most popular name on the Faze roster is Tfue, who has become the second go-to Fortnite streamer after Ninja. While Tfue may lead the Faze Fortnite roster in popularity, Nate Hill leads the team in earnings with $120,000, while Tfue and Cloak follow with over $100K of their own. In total, the team has earned $517,000 from Fortnite, earning them the number 2 spot on the list. Team Liquid would be at the number 1 spot in almost all the lists you could think of concerning esports. With over $23 million earned, they are the most successful team in esports history. Remarkably, $17 million of this pile comes from Dota 2. The team has also shown significant strides in League of Legends, as it just won the North American Finals in early September this year. The team started as a StarCraft team, but would eventually explode into the New York Yankees of esports teams. Just 2% of the team's earnings come from Fortnite, at a colossal $550,000 in income. Poach leads the roster as well as every other Fortnite player with $276,000 in winnings. Other members of the roster include Vivid, 72 Hours, Chap, and Strafe Shot. That concludes our list of the top 15 best Fortnite teams. Most of the success of the teams depended on how well the players performed at the Summer Skirmish, so be on the lookout to see some big changes at the second skirmish next year, and as more tournaments with huge prize money emerge. As the game continues to grow in popularity, perhaps we'll begin to see some numbers that resemble the massive earnings from games like Dota and Counter-Strike that have been around for years.